What's good? What's good? What's good, baby? It's your boy Truex, the sports junkie, and this is the Nothing But Sports Show, better known as the Nbs Show. Of course, I got the homies in the building out there in the VA, DC, DMV area. We got the homie, the franchise in the building. What up, homie? Oh God, here we go.
What's good? What's good? What's good to everybody? It's What's Up, America! It's your boy, Mr. Franchise, aka ThatDude.com, aka the greatest sports analyst ever blessed sportsways. Hashtag I'm better than Stephen A. Hashtag I'm ready to slaughter you cats. Hey man, let's rock. Welcome to the Nbs Show, where it gets real raw and uncut.
Oh. And of course, we got the homie from the West in the building, Laker gear on, that sorry flag in the back, but we gonna still rock.
Sorry.
My dog, Bumpy Bars. What up, homie?
Wow. That's my introduction is a sorry flag in the back.
Flag is, come on, bro.
That's crazy. Coming from a New Orleans guy,
wow.
I got a sorry flag in the back. Crazy. Okay. Shout out to you and LSU. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate those guys. They've been doing pretty good. But you, anyways, Wes, y'all know what it is. NBS, we here. We talking that talk. Don't worry about all that extra stuff franchise did. And whatever the sports junkie said was all junk. We gonna talk that talk.
Well, we gonna start out in the West right out the gate, man. It's unfortunate. My thoughts and prayers are with him. I hope he has a speedy recovery. But Trey Lance gets hurt this past week in week 2, and that makes way for Jimmy G to be the starting quarterback in San Francisco. Are the 49ers better off with Jimmy G at the quarterback position?
Not just yes, but hell yes. Here's the problem, right? And GMs and coaches have this weird way of overthinking stuff. You went out and got Trey Lance with what thinking to start, right? But if you look at him against the Bears, he struggled. He struggled mightily against the Bears. And to be honest, the Bears, they should have beat the Bears. I have beaten the Bears, right? Even if it was raining, I have beaten the Bears.
Not smart.
Wait, hold on. Now, I'm gonna say this, John Lynch. I understand you was a great artist, you might have some mental issues, whatever the case may be. But for you to come out and say, I'm the sharpest kid, year 2, knowing that Jimmy G has led the Niners to the playoffs not once, but twice. And he's led you to the Super Bowl. If it were me, hey man, if Jimmy G leads them to the playoffs again, Trey Lance is gone. And I'll say that right now. I would trade. Look, this is what I would do. If Jimmy G leads them to the playoffs next year, pay Jimmy G, trade Trey Lance, trade him to the Giants, trade him. I mean, you could. There's some partner. Shoot, you could trade him to the Saints. It doesn't matter. But what I will say is, they're way better with Jimmy G than Trey Lance, because that offense flows differently. And you can do so much more. Trey Lance is confused as I don't know what in that pocket. Go ahead, Bumpy.
Wow, okay.
You through? You sure?
You just want to agree with me.
Look, man. Look, dog, look. It's one reason Trey Lance is there, right? Because Jimmy G, he just ain't shown the it factor for them. He ain't did what they wanted him to do, right? Apparently, they put Trey Lance starting and Jimmy G still there. Why they do that?
So
they don't see something in Jimmy G. They don't see something. They don't see something.
Wait. You go to the playoffs, that's not enough?
Huh?
So you go to the playoffs and that's not enough?
You didn't let me finish.
Go for it, sir.
He's been leading them to the playoffs, right?
Yes. Got to the Super Bowl.
A couple times, right?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Bro, it's right.
Oh, you hit it's a reason. They didn't just do it for no. They was trying something new for a reason. Now, let it be. Jimmy G right now in that offense, for them trying to make another run at it, yes, he's a better fit right now to do that. But they had Trey Lance there for a reason. You know what I'm saying? They was ready. They knew the risk they was taking. They knew they weren't going to go crazy with Trey Lance this year out of nowhere. It wasn't going to happen the first year like that. Maybe he could have had a good year, but they didn't expect him just to go crazy and just playoff win Super Bowl. They weren't expecting that. They was trying to go another way because Jimmy G don't got the it factor. He's good. He can lead, he can get you through some games. He can get you in the playoffs even with a halfway shady division. But is he gonna get you there? That's the main question. Frisco is ready to go there. They want to go and win a ring now, and they don't see that with Jimmy G for a reason. He's had his options. He had chance after chance. It hasn't gotten better.
I'm gonna ask you.
You got to move fast in this week's NFL. And this time's if you got to move fast. Jimmy G ain't shown it. Maybe the porn stars catching up to him, but it ain't kicking in right now. All I'm saying is, for the question, are they better with Jimmy G right now? Yeah, because guess what? That could have been worse. There could have been another backup in there that had nothing going on and wasn't ready. But having Jimmy G there to jump in this, you guys don't really fall off the train. You can go. You can keep going. So that's a good option for them. But just don't act like Jimmy G is some kind of crazy, superstar that's just doing. He ain't doing no. He good, but he ain't doing all that, franchise, all right? If you want to put your franchise on him, you do that. But it's a reason they didn't want to put the franchise on him. It's a reason.
I'm going to tell you why, though. Bump, think about this for a second. Why would I? So right now, Jimmy G makes roughly about $25 million, give or take. If you re-sign him, now you have to pay him in upwards of those top flight QBs because, hey, man, he's led you to the playoffs. He's gotten to the Super Bowl champion. He got to the Super Bowl. Didn't win it. I think last year they got to the NFC championship. They did get to the NFC championship game. They don't want to pay this dude long-term bread. They don't want to pay him.
Would you?
Bro, men
would
lie,
you?
women lie, numbers don't lie. The dude has led them to the playoffs. That is very hard to do.
Debo saved them last playoff. Every time it was Debo saving them, not Jimmy G.
Let me ask you a question. Does the 49ers get to the playoffs last year with Trey Lance?
We're not talking about that. Trey Lance first year? First year? His first year? His first year?
Yes. Just say no. It's okay. Say it with me now. N-O, no.
You asking if they went to playoffs with Trey Lance their first year?
O equals no. Yes or no?
Did you expect that?
No, he's not. Trey Lance is not. I've said this. Trey Lance is a bust. I think Trey Lance is a big bust.
But they don't think that yet. So we're not thinking like how you thinking.
That's why I'm franchise, man.
And that's why they're a 49ers franchise. And they go, hey, you know what? We're going to do it like this. Jimmy G, it's a reason they don't want to give him the money, B.
They don't want to.
They're not crazy. They know what a good quarterback look like. It's a reason. He's good now, but he's not worth that long-term franchise money. No, he ain't showed that.
Okay, so next year they're going to bring Trey Lance back, Jimmy G becomes a free agent, and now all of a sudden they're back at square one again.
Why not work on a new quarterback, get him right now so you can get in there while you still got the team you got? It only take about one good year of learning, maybe two.
I'm gonna give you a great comparison. Remember when Brett Favre was on his final couple of years in Green Bay? How long did it take for Aaron Rodgers to actually get it?
Get in?
How long did it take?
Like 30 interceptions.
Took him 3 years.
Yeah, like 40 interceptions, like 40.
3 years. The point I'm trying to make to you is that this dude needs to sit and learn. That is a problem. And I get it. You wasted the second pick overall. I get it. But at the end of the day, he needs time.
This ain't Green Bay days, and they ain't playing old smash mouth old football no more, my brother. That's why I don't like motherfucking McCarthy.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I think for this year, I think they're better off with Jimmy G.
Like it that. I did answer that question. Yes.
For this year, I think they're better off with Jimmy G. Jasper, I don't know what you talking about. If Jimmy G, if he what? They're gonna get rid of Trey Lance? Jasper, you need to be drug tested. If he don't win the Super Bowl, they're not getting rid of Trey Lance. Even if he does, they're still not getting rid of Trey Lance.
You're saying if Jimmy G leads the San Francisco 49ers to a Super Bowl, they are not getting rid of Trey Lance.
They're not getting rid of Trey Lance, dude.
Ain't no better experience than playing in the game, franchise. No better experience.
They're gonna let Jimmy G walk if he wins the Super Bowl.
Hold up. I said you said that if Jimmy G does what? You was like, if he's successful, they're gonna get rid of Trey Lance. What? No, they're not.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you this question.
Go ahead.
If Jimmy G wins the Super Bowl, what happens to Jimmy G next season?
I think they still get rid of him, and they roll with Trey Lance.
So everybody out there, GM, 49ers fans, if you need a GM, the franchise is here. That would be ridiculous.
Hey, we've seen it done before. Trent Dilfer won in Baltimore. They got rid of him for Elvis Gerback.
No,
We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that.
Trent Dilfer was bad. That was that Baltimore defense.
Hey, we're not going to do that. At the end of the day, bro, you're not going to get rid of Trey Lance. You gave him draft picks for him. You drafted him in the first round. You're not getting rid of Trey Lance because of an injury, Jasper. You need to stop. But for this year, I'm with you. Jimmy G is a better option for this season. I agree with that. Let's get to the next topic, y'all. Last night, the Eagles was flying high in Philly. I know you don't like that, Bumpy. I know you don't like it. And then on Sunday, we saw Tua and those receivers put on a clinic. So far, who's been more impressive to you guys? The Philadelphia Eagles or the Miami Dolphins?
Hey, I'm going with the Dolphins for sure, dog. What you thought, man? The Dolphins is out here looking way different, man. And they not even supposed see on paper, they're playing how they look on paper. They look good on paper, you know what I'm saying? And they're actually showing it right now. The whole big old question mark was Tua. Was Tua going to be able to lead this team and drive them? And he's doing it. You know what I'm saying? And if he can stay at this pace and keep these boys like the way he's moving the ball around on offense to Waddle and Hill, it's different. You know what I'm saying? He got really good weapons and he got a running back. So I just feel like with that defense playing how they play, I think the Dolphins have a better shot at going further with their schedule than the Eagles do. Eagles got ain't got a crazy schedule either, but I think the Dolphins got more action than the Eagles, and I think they're the better team because of who they play so far.
So I'm gonna agree with you, Bumpy, and I'm gonna tell you why I'm gonna agree with you. The Dolphins played essentially two really good teams, like really good teams. Baltimore was pretty. I thought Baltimore was gonna pull off the W, and for them to come back and beat Baltimore in Baltimore was impressive. The Eagles, to me, haven't played anybody. I mean, you were supposed to beat the Detroit Lions, and then the Vikings weren't even a playoff team last year. And you got to ask yourself. So, prime example, the Dolphins have played a battle-tested team. The Eagles have not. The Eagles' next 3 games, actually the first 5 games, they beat the Lions, they beat the Eagles. They played the Commanders in Washington, in Philly, and then they play the Cardinals in Arizona. Those are 3 weak teams. 3 very weak. And to me, they should be able to go 5-0 based off of how they've been playing. But it doesn't speak to the caliber of competition that they're playing against. Therefore, I gotta say the Dolphins because Drew has been impressive. I think what Mike McDaniels has done he's basically letting this dude let it fly. And he's giving him confidence to let it fly. The Eagles, they look good, but I want to see y'all play somebody. And in the NFC least, right? Because I'm not a huge fan of the NFC East at all. That's why.
No, we're not a fan of you either.
You didn't know who your quarterback was up until about Thursday, Friday night because your quarterback.
We knew Cooper Rush was coming in. We know what Cooper Rush do. Cooper Rush is good. Cooper Rush has a great backup record. If you ain't paid attention, Cooper Rush came in and get W's. He did this last year. Come on, dog. Calm it down. We know what Cooper Rush do. We know what he do.
So you believe in this guy?
What?
You can go 4 more weeks without him, with him? You go 4.
We can go 4-1, you said?
No, I'm asking, can you go 4 more weeks with him?
We're gonna go 4 more weeks with him.
Y'all nuts.
And we're gonna go 3. I called 3-3 before it even happened. Out of 6 weeks, I said we're gonna go 3-3.
I'm gonna say this to you, and y'all can write it down.
If we go 4-2, boy, you better send me lunch. I don't care where you at. DoorDash me if we go 4-2, nigga.
This dude will be in tears over the next 3 weeks.
I'm not. I'm only expecting the worst, and we got a W already. If we lose, I ain't tripping. It's Cooper Rush. If we win, you gotta look crazy.
Y'all beat a Cincinnati Bengals team that has offensive line issues.
Well, okay, it's okay. We have a quarterback issue. Okay, so thank you. They had Joe Burrow, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
But anyway, back to what I was saying.
They was in the Super Bowl last year, I believe. Yeah.
With regards to back to what I was saying. Regards to the Eagles, I want to see them play top tier competition. I'm not sold on the Eagles yet as much as I want to be. I want to see them play against tougher competition. So Miami's played Miami's played quite well. Again, playing the Patriots, and as well as the Ravens. So moving and this week they got a real tough test in the Bills. This might be their first loss, to be honest, but we'll get to that here shortly. But go ahead.
Okay, I actually agree with both of you gentlemen. I thought a lot of y'all was gonna go with the Eagles. I agree.
You what?
I thought y'all was gonna go with the Eagles.
You actually thought I would go with the Eagles?
Hey,
I like what Jalen Hurts.
I thought you were gonna give props, but you know what?
That's crazy, X. You think less of me.
But whatever everything Jasper just said, for the most part, the competition, you beat the Patriots, and the way that you beat them, you held them to 7 points. That means you play a good defensive game. Then you turn around and you had a shootout with the Ravens and Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson went crazy, but yet Tua outlasted him, almost 500 passing yards and 6 touchdowns. That's crazy. Both teams, they added a big-time wide receiver this offseason. AJ Green went to Philly. The Dolphins got Tyreek Hill. Both great acquisitions as far as for both teams. But I'm going to lean a little bit more towards the Dolphins. But shout out to Jalen Hurts, man. He's balling right now. I know Bumpy don't want to admit that, but shout out to him, man.
Hey, check this out. Go Dolphins.
All right, y'all. Let me ask you this. After week 2, who is y'all biggest winner this past week?
Out of all teams?
Out of all the teams, the biggest winner. Who's your winner?
I'm going to have to stay on topic and say the Dolphins, man, just because of that win and where they was at and in Lamar Jackson in Baltimore. Like, that was crazy. And the shootout that it was, first of all, nobody would have expected the Dolphins to keep up with that Ravens that was playing at that level. Nobody expected that. And for them to pull that off, I can't give the Eagles win definitely over that. Buffalo was a good win, but Buffalo wasn't bigger than that. Giants did cool, but not the Bucks cool, but none of that was bigger than what the Dolphins did, in my opinion. So I'm just going to stick to the Dolphins. They're my biggest winners this week.
Okay. Jay?
I think as much as I like what the Dolphins have done, I've got to go a different direction because I got a theory that's different. I like what the Giants have done, man. The Giants were literally last place in my.
Why both of these teams in my division? Eagles, Giants. We talk about Eagles and Giants. I'm sorry, Jay. I'm sorry. This hurts. Go ahead.
I understand. So, to me, the Giants have done such a, like over the course of 2 weeks, they've done a great job offensively. You know, getting Saquon involved. Daniel Jones keeping the turnovers. The defense has been playing quite well. I mean, I gotta as much as I want to give Miami their props. I'm shocked by the Giants because I literally did not think the Giants were going to win 4 games, and they're halfway through, and they already got half of them already. So that to me, that's impressive. But you know, it's early, so we'll see.
I'm not mad at both of those picks. I also want to say shout out to the Jets, the way they came back and battled Browns in Cleveland. That was a big win. But I'm going with the Cardinals, man. Kyler Murray. We heard all the craziness this offseason about he don't study film long enough or he has to do this in his contract or whatnot. At the end of the day, Kyler Murray was without James Conner for most of that game. They're already down, no DeAndre Hopkins. They're in Vegas, and they're losing this game. And Kyler Murray says, watch this. He puts that team on his shoulders. He gets them to the into overtime, and then they get the dub on a scoop and score on defense. But shout out to Kyler Murray. Shout out to the Cardinals. I'm going with them as far as my biggest winner this past week. The Raiders, man, I don't know what's going on. I actually had them winning the division. Right now, they're 0-2, and we'll talk about that in a second. But who is y'all biggest loser this week?
Y'all ready for it? Are y'all ready for this?
I'm ready.
The Indianapolis Colts.
Wow.
I'm completely and utterly disappointed in them. Dog, you lost to the Dog, you lost to. So first of all, you tied the Texans. Secondly, you lost to the Jags, 24-0. Thirdly, y'all got rid of Carson Wentz. And it's Carson Wentz's fault. It's Carson Wentz's fault. You bring Matt Ryan in, and Matt Ryan looks terrible. So, is it the quarterback or is it the coach? And right now, I'm just looking at the coach, and I'm like, and I'm in the back of my mind, I'm like, this should be your division, hand over foot. But right now, y'all might not even win the division because of how terrible y'all look. I think it's the Colts, man. I completely and utter disappointed.
I ain't mad at you.
I can't be mad at you. I picked Jay Taylor first in one of my leagues, and he getting nothing from me yesterday. I lost because of that weak dude. You know what I'm talking about? He better get it together.
You know how many people I told don't draft him this year? I told plenty of people do not draft him.
You didn't tell me that.
Hey, trade him, Bumpy. I'll trade you right now.
No, I ain't gonna give it. It's only one bad game. He did good last game. It's only 1-1. We're gonna see how it go.
I think I'm gonna give y'all some fantasy advice. I think him and Derrick Henry will barely get 1,200 yards, maybe less.
Well, I actually said that.
And less than 10 touchdowns.
No,
all right.
I said that via Derrick Henry. I said the same thing about, but Jonathan Taylor's going to shake back, I think. But we'll talk about that in a few.
Biggest loser. Am I wrong to say the Carolina Panthers?
That's your boys.
They look they losing bad, man. And who they lose to again this week? Who was that?
They lost to the Giants week 1, and then week 2 they lost to the Giants. Yep. They lost to the Browns. They lost to the Giants and the Browns. You're right.
Giants, right?
Close games though.
I don't know what's going on in Carolina, but I expected a whole different change type of atmosphere, scenery. I even told you, I think I had a third or something. They look horrible, man. They don't look. Is it Baker Mayfield? It might be, because I told you I didn't have that much faith in Baker. But I don't know if the coaching and his scheming ain't working right, but their defense is not looking too stout to me at all. I don't know what's going on with that, but they can't stop nobody. And Baker Mayfield can't get his receivers the ball. And McCaffrey is the only weapon that they're trying to use, but since they're using him so much, they didn't even use him right the first week. Then this week they try to use, and it didn't work out. I don't know. The Carolina Panthers like they losing a lot to me, man. That's just my opinion.
Shout out to Robbie Anderson. He's balling. I think Baker Mayfield is not the problem. I think it's the defense. And I think Matt Rule is going to lose his job because his defense is trash. I think Baker is the perfect fit for what they're doing. It's not Baker. It's the defense. The defense is going. The defense will be his downfall. But go ahead.
All right, I'm going in a totally different direction. I'm not mad at y'all picks. Neither one of them. Picks. At the end of the day, bro, if you tell me that you just came off of the Super Bowl, you were in the Super Bowl, not a playoff team. You were in the Super Bowl, and you literally had a chance to win the Super Bowl. And the first 2 weeks, you get to go against Mitchell Trubisky and Cooper Rush, and you lose both games. That's unacceptable in my opinion. The Cincinnati Bengals thus far is my biggest losers. There's no way in the world you lose to Mitchell Trubisky and Cooper Rush in the first 2 weeks, and you got Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase. They claim this offensive line, they worked on it this offseason, and it was going to be better. Joe Burrow's been sacked, 12, 13 times?
Ain't nobody going to stop Micah. Don't worry about that.
And then on top of that, Joe Burrow, shout out to my boy Mike, man. What up, Mike Larson? You told me Burrow was going to be MVP this year. Right now, Burrow has more interceptions than he has touchdowns. That's not looking good for an MVP. So right now, as far as the biggest loser, I can't, as much as I want to say other teams, you lose to Mitchell Trubisky and Cooper Rush. You got to be my biggest loser.
Hey, you know what? I would get them bigger losers than Carolina. You're right. The way you broke that down, you're right.
True. Can you say that one more time? He lost to who? Who did
Mitchell Trubisky
and Cooper Rush when they had their team.
Oh my God, that's horrible.
And they had their team.
True. Hey, one more time.
You lost to Mitchell Trubisky and Cooper Rush. Unacceptable. That's unacceptable.
Yo, these dudes are some trash.
All right.
That is the biggest losers.
I got a question for y'all. We're gonna play a little game. The game is gonna be called this upcoming week. All right. Are they done? We're gonna start with are they done? We're gonna go 0-2 teams, all the 0-2 teams. So we're gonna start with the Cincinnati Bengals. Are they done?
No.
Okay. Jasper, what you think?
No, they're not.
I agree. As bad as I will say this, as bad as it was the first 2 weeks, what people are not recognizing, that was two of the best defensive lines that they faced and they're gonna face all year. TJ Watt's now out for the year. So him and Mika Fitzpatrick was balling. I mean, I know Mika's in the secondary, but Mika was balling that first game and saved them on that block extra point. And then Michael Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence. I mean, what can we say about those two guys? So I think they'll shake back. I agree. I don't think they're done. All right. 0-2 team, the Tennessee Titans. We saw them last night. Are they done?
Done.
Finished.
Cooked.
Like, yo, you know how like you got well done steak? They are well done. Them jokers are finished.
Black man steak. Black man steak. Well done.
I agree. And not to toot my own horn, I told all my Tennessee fans, shout out to my boy Drew, I said this would be the team that would not make the playoffs, and Ryan Tannehill will lose his starting job somewhere in there, and Derrick Henry will not be the guy that everybody thinks he's going to be. I agree. They are done. I think they're going to be one of the worst teams this season. All right, the next 0-2 team. A lot of people had this team. They went to the playoffs last year. High regards for this team. They added a stud, Devontae Adams, in the offseason. Or the Las Vegas Raiders done.
Yes, and I'm going to tell you why they're done.
Wow.
This isn't a Josh McDaniels team. This is a Josh. He basically inherited John Gruden's scraps. And John Gruden basically screwed over this Raiders team. If you look at all the draft picks that he's had over the past 5 years, about 4 or 5 of them are gone. Some of the free agent signings he's made are terrible signings. And this is the hand that Josh McDaniels has dealt. I think they should get rid of Derek Carr. I think they should go after another QB in the draft. But in the meantime, these dudes are done. I'm going to actually be honest with you. Them signing Devontae Adams to that big deal is going to come back to haunt them next season. Between this season and next season. And he's not going to survive that whole contract. He might even get released. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets released. But go ahead.
Wow.
I'm being honest. Because think about it. Why am I going to pay a guy $30 million and he's not even going to be as productive? He's not going to live up to what the contract should be. So right now they look terrible.
His first game, he was balling though.
Okay.
He balled out the first game, you know what I'm saying? Like he did. The only thing about me is I don't know why. I'm just not a big believer in Derek Carr, man. I just haven't really got sold on him like that. I don't see him leading them to where, the promised land. They still got, problems on defense. They got problems on the O-line. They got problems. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like they're ready to go there anyway. So, to me, they're done. Their division is not crazy. They might be able to make a run in that division. But, for me, if I had to pick one, I'm going to say they're done because I just don't really believe in them all around anymore.
They are 0-2 in a division with stud QBs and actually pretty decent defensive lines. I'm sorry. These dudes are so finished. That defense is trash. Ultra trash. I said, Basuda. Horrible.
Nah, I'm going to have to disagree with y'all. I'm disagreeing with y'all on this one. No, I disagree. Hold on, let me go, Jay. Let me go. I disagree with both of y'all. First of all, Bumpy, that's the best division in football as far as the talent. They good everywhere. But when you look at the Raiders lost to 2 playoff caliber teams that a lot of people are picking to go to the playoffs. The Chargers is a good team. We're not about to sit there and act like they lost to a sad team. And they lost to the Cardinals. The Cardinals were a playoff team. That is 2 good quality teams. And they fought to the end on both of them. They lost. Okay, you know they play this week? The Tennessee Titans. They're going to get their first win this week. So we need to calm down.
With the first pick in the NFL draft, the Tennessee Titans select.
I'm going to say I don't think the Raiders are done. I think that they can shake back. They're 1 game behind. Not the Chiefs, but everybody else in the division. I think they'll shake back. All right. What about the Atlanta Falcons? Will they ever get Kyle Pitts involved? We don't know. But are the Falcons done?
Done. The Falcons are on the barbecue grill. We eating Falcon burritos.
Bird. Done.
Yeah, I agree with that.
They're done.
They're done.
Their defense is trash. Like Mariota is a stopgap for what they really want next year. And I'm gonna just be honest, man. They are horrible. Like Atlanta's terrible. The only good thing about Atlanta, the only 2 good things about Atlanta is Coca-Cola and chicken and waffles, and it ain't the Falcons.
Wow. Okay, I agree with that. The Falcons are done. And the last team that's 0-2, I know they got some teams that don't have a win like the Colts, but we're not going to talk about them because they're not 0-2. Your team, Bumpy, the Carolina Panthers, are they done?
They not my team, first of all. All right, let's just keep that there. But look, they got a little action because they still got what they got on paper there, but it's just I don't know, man. That their defense got to work on something, and Baker got to be a little more consistent. He's not accurate as he should be, man. He be off some passes, man. I'm telling you, it's key plays too. But I mean, I think they got action. I think they're not done. They're not done.
Wow.
They're not done.
I'm gonna tell you they're done, and I'm gonna tell you why they're done. When you are 0-2 in the NFC South, it's very hard to come back and win that division. You still gotta play Tampa twice. You still ain't played the Saints twice yet, right? You're going up against like you're going up in a up. It's a very hard battle, right? If you gotta play Tom Brady twice, Tom Brady gonna beat you one good time. I guarantee you that. At least one time, if not both. The Saints, that could be a split, right? But and then Atlanta plays you tough. I just don't see Carolina. Nah, I don't see it, man. Carolina might be picking in the top 5 this year, man, in this draft. That's how terrible they are. But I still think that they believe in Baker Mayfield enough to give him another deal. And they just need to solidify their defense. But that's my take.
Yeah, they're done. I think they actually, I'm going to say this. I know it's going to be kind of a shocker to some people. I think they need to move on from Christian McCaffrey. I think they need to trade.
I agree.
But I would say I think those guys are done. They're in a tough division. You got Tom Brady there, like you said, Jasper. You got the Saints. And as bad as Atlanta is right now,
Saints ain't that big of a threat. Don't try to put them next to the Bucs.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
They're not that big of a threat, dog. They're not that big.
Don't do that.
Carolina can get one on them. You know what I'm saying?
We'll see. I'm going. They are done. The Carolina.
He's drinking on haterade right now.
All right. We're gonna flip it a little bit. We're gonna go to the 2-0 teams. Out of the 2-0 teams remaining, who will be the last man standing as far as will be the last team to lose a game? Or will somebody go undefeated?
Buffalo. Buffalo. But you know what? I'm gonna tell you why I believe in Buffalo. Their defense is so sick. Adding Vaughn Miller was whoever there's 31 other GMs. Why did y'all allow that to happen? Vaughn Miller with the Buffalo Bills. Last year, the Buffalo Bills were a top 10 defense. Now you just gave him a whole pass rusher. And then, not to mention, they're winning games without Tre'Davious White. That squad is ready. And Josh Allen is balling. It's the Bills, man. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't. I think the Bills might. I can't see anybody beating them. Hold on. Matter of fact, I'll just do it for everybody, man. Because I just don't see it. I don't see anybody beating the Buffalo Bills. Watch this. So next you got the Ravens, W. Steelers, W. Chiefs, tough game, but a W. Packers, smoking the Packers. Jets, what's up? Vikings, trash. Next. I'm sorry. The Browns, W. Lions, ultra W. Patriots, ultra W. Jets, ultra W. Dolphins. That's a W. Could go either way, but that's a W. The Bears, that's a W. Bengals, they can't protect Joe Burrow. The last is the Patriots. I can see them going undefeated.
Oh, talk dirty, Jack.
I'm not saying I can see it, but I can also see them get beat at least twice.
Only 2 teams you said that I think might beat them is Baltimore and the Dolphins.
No, I think it's the Chiefs. I don't think Baltimore.
They're gonna be too hyped for the Chiefs. They're gonna be ready for that team. That's gonna be a game they're gonna be too up for. And when Buffalo's up, ain't nobody beating them in the NFL, dog. Ain't nobody beating Buffalo when they turned up. Nobody. So I got them winning the Super Bowl. I told you Buffalo finna go win the Super Bowl. I told y'all.
I'm going to say
and I'm telling you now, be prepared. Look, if Buffalo go undefeated, I'm not surprised because they already had one of their toughest challenges with the Rams first game. They overcame that. Now they got their rhythm. They know where they want to go. They found their stride. And you hear that schedule he just named? They're gonna run through these teams kind of crazy, especially when they get up for the teams like the Chiefs. I think the people like the Dolphins can sneak in and do some things. Baltimore maybe, but if not, undefeated.
Sure. Shout out to Smoke Kings, man, TV. My guy said they're not losing. I mean, the Finns not losing to them. I respect that. Respect that.
Smoke Kings, shout out Smoke Royalty.
But I respectfully disagree. I got Buffalo. I said after week 1, they like a team on a mission. I can see them going undefeated. They're that good. I'm not saying they will, but I'm like, yo, I think they can go undefeated. They're that talented offensively and defensively. And we're not even talking about special teams. I think they're good, very good special teams wise. So I'm going with Buffalo. I definitely think that's the case. All right, y'all. I guess that kind of brings it to the segue. We're going to get to these Power 5 rankings real quick. Who's your top 5 teams in football right now?
Poppy, I'm excited for this.
You excited for this, Jake? Go ahead, man. Show me something.
At number 5, I got the New York Giants.
Wow.
At 5?
At 5.
What?
At 5, I got the New York Giants.
Okay.
I think what Coach Dable has done to change the culture, to change, how the game is being played in New York has been very, very impressive. Y'all can say what y'all want, but hey, man, they won 2 very close games. Yes, they have.
They beat the Titans and the Panthers, but continue.
Okay, but 2-0. That's better than our Saints right now. If our Saints had beat Tampa Bay, they would be up in the top 5.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I'm thinking about that right now. But anyway, at number 4, I got the Miami Dolphins. I like the Dolphins. I like what Mike McDaniels has done for that team. I like that their defense has been playing fairly well. I mean, granted, this past week they did get into a shootout, but Tua has shown that, hey man, maybe I am ready for that big time, and maybe I am ready to step up to be a playoff caliber quarterback and to win some games, especially with the type of talent that they do have. At number 3, I have the Philadelphia Eagles. After watching that game last night, what Jalen Hurts showed me was he's got a much better command of the pocket than he did last year. That defense, low-key, is going to be a really good defense. With all those additions to the defensive line, Jordan Davis is going to be a dog. And Hassan Reddick is going to be a sleeper. I think Hassan Reddick is a big, big, big pickup for those guys. Darius Slay is a quiet leader, and he's going to really lead that defense to do some great things. At number 2, I got the Kansas City Chiefs. Pat Mahomes is a dog. Bottom line, that offense is rolling. Defense is kind of sketchy, but that offense is rolling. And finally, at number 1, if y'all gonna deny,
I'm just telling the fans, I'm sorry. Everybody tuned in, I'm sorry about this. Go ahead.
So at number 1, I got the Buffalo Bills. Hey, to all you fans out there that disagree with me, respectfully, hey man, it's my opinion. It's my opinion. And my opinion holds a lot of weight.
Trash. Shout out to Bubba Dub on Instagram and TikTok. Trash.
No, but I do believe in the Buffalo Bills, honestly. And in all facets of the game, I think they march down the field. Like, they control both ends of the line of scrimmage. They do a great job of not only getting a great pass rush, but also protecting Josh Allen, in all facets of the game. That's why I got to go with Buffalo number 1. But you guys can go ahead.
Go ahead, Bumpy.
And oh, by the way, if a 1-1 team is in your top 5, I want to hear a damn good reason why.
Oh God, stop.
Well, you know he got the Saints in his.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead, Bumpy. Go ahead.
Well, you know, I don't got no 1-1 teams in my top 5 right now. No, I don't got none. I don't. At number 5, I got the Eagles, man. I think the Eagles have a solid team, and with their schedule, I'm pretty sure they can, you know, they can make a pretty good run this year because I don't think we're going to be able to do what I expect us to do. And I don't know how long, you know what I'm saying, how long that's going to last. So I got the Eagles at 5, man. At 4, I got the Dolphins, man. I love the Dolphins. They my shocking team. I think they're going to do a lot of damage. I really want to put them higher than that, but I'm trying to be a little realistic here. You know what I'm saying? Just to try to – but I like the Dolphins, dog. I'm telling y'all now, I like the Dolphins, man. I'm telling you, I'm kind of sold from what I've seen so far. At 3, I got the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs is kind of upset the way they've been getting done in the past couple of years. Like, y'all been looking like y'all ain't won the championship. Y'all better get it together over there. But they look pretty good this year. So I got the Chiefs at 3. At 2, I got the Bucks. I think Tom Brady and the Bucks, they just look like, you know, they're on a mission. Tom is playing like Tom. Their defense is stout. The Bucks is gonna do what they do.
Fix your face. I'm on that. Go ahead, Bumpy.
Bucks gonna do what they do. And at 1, I do got the Buffalo Bills. I think the Buffalo Bills got the biggest. They got the chip on their shoulder that everybody, you know what I'm saying, that everybody got to watch out for. They have no weaknesses nowhere on the field, and I think it's going to be very hard for any team to stop the Buffalo Bills. Dog.
I want to give you a round of applause. A round of applause.
Huh?
And that's not sarcastic. That is the truth. Let me say this. I agree with Bumpy wholeheartedly on his top 5. The only thing I would do is switch the Bucks and the Chiefs. I got the Chiefs at 2 and the Bucks at 3. But outside of that, Jasper, hold on. Let me get this. Let me put you on some game. If you had the Giants in your top 5, you're saying that they're a better team than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? You need to be drug tested right now. Hold up. I ain't done. Fix your face, dude. Okay, if the Giants played any one of the top 5 teams me and Bumpy saying, I would take those teams. I would take the Rams to beat the hell out of the Giants if they played. I would take the Chargers to beat the Giants if they played. I would take the Broncos if they played them, the Packers, the Saints, the 49ers, the Cardinals, the Patriots.
Go! Go!
Jasper, you need to be drug tested.
Wait.
Saquon Barkley, you gotta come to me with Daniel Jones? That's in your top 5? I can't believe you.
Wait, let me explain myself. I don't think that as everyone says Tom Brady is being Tom Brady, but Tom Brady has been off this season.
He has. The 2 good defenses.
Okay, I give you that.
Okay.
He's been off. So he's not Tom Brady. Okay. He beat Dallas, who struggled and lost Dak Prescott.
They were whooping him without Dak. With Dak in the game. We're not going to do that.
I will confirm.
We're not going to do that.
Hey, man, Bumpy in pain right now after I said that. But
man, hurry up.
But in addition to that, you gotta.
Hey, if we had Cooper Rush, will we have beat Tom Brady?
Oh God,
that should be the next segment.
Oh God.
You would never say don't walk around saying that. But anyway, what I'm saying is that Tampa Bay, to me, they're good, but they're not. I just got this feeling about the Giants, man. The way that the Giants have been playing football, bro, has been very impressive. Saquon looks like Saquon Barkley from year 1.
The Panthers, the Titans. combined have 0. We have the same amount of wins as the teams that they've beaten. We have the same amount of wins.
And their defenses can't stop the run.
Bruh, no, I'm not giving you that one. The Giants, they got to show me more. They're the most flawed 2-0 team out there, maybe in the history of football. A 2-0 team, this may be the most flawed team in the history of 2-0 teams in the NFL history. I'm not buying them at all. They can eat you. You even said you predicted them to win 4 games.
But I'm shocked by how well they're playing.
Oh, man, that's crazy.
So it's all shock value then.
Shock value. That's exactly what it is, Bumpy.
I'm shocked at the way that they're playing. They're playing very good football right now. Very, very good football. But go ahead. Guys.
All right. Well, we're not going to hold it up. I'm going to let you do your thing. We'll get over to some college football, and we're going to wrap up the show real quick, y'all. Winners and losers from this. Hold on. I'm sorry. We got to get y'all predictions for this week. What am I doing? Y'all going to let me roll?
Thank you.
Come on, man. We're going to get to these predictions real quick for week 3. On Thursday night, we got Steelers versus Browns. Who we going with?
Steelers clear, maybe 27-3. Let's go.
I got the Browns winning this game.
Wow.
27-24.
Okay. I mean, hey, I'm with Bumpy on this one. I'm going with the Steelers. Even though without TJ Watt, I think they're going to still get this dub. Not a Mitchell Trubisky guy, but I think the Steelers have a little too much.
Nick Chubb gets over 150 yards.
Could happen.
And I think Brissett gets over 250 and 3 touchdowns. Let's go.
All right. Let's get to the Ravens versus the Patriots. What we
Ravens. Fly, Ravens. It's going to be not a crazy blowout or nothing, but I got the Ravens winning this game probably 28-17, something like that.
31-10 Ravens.
Oh, wow. Y'all being real disrespectful. I do have the Ravens, but I think the Patriots are going to be a lot closer than what you guys are giving them credit for. Okay, we got – go ahead. I'm sorry. What you saying?
Mac Jones looks terrible right now in the pocket. They need to figure out who that offensive coordinator is going to be instead of screwing over Mac Jones like this.
We got Colts versus Chiefs. Where we going?
Oh, my God. Chiefs over the Colts. Chiefs win this game. This might be a good one. 31-21.
You said Colts versus Chiefs?
Chiefs win 31-21.
I think the Colts need a bounce back game. I think this is a game that can get them up, man. I think this is one of the ones that can really, show them where they stand. So I'm going with the Colts to win a close kind of a shootout game. Some like 31-28, somewhere around there. I got the Colts taking this game.
Hey, send me a wager, sir. Send me a wager. You're crazy.
We'll talk after the game. Calm down. We'll talk.
Oh my God.
After the show, we'll talk. I'm with Bumpy. This is the Sports Junkies upset pick of the week. The Colts will beat the Kansas City Chiefs this week. Jonathan Taylor will have 100 yards. Michael Pittman missed last week because I think that they looked past the Jaguars into this week, and they wanted to make sure Pittman was healthy. Pittman's going to play this week. Pittman will have a solid game. He'll probably score a touchdown. Matt Ryan will be on his game. I got the Colts upsetting the Chiefs. I'm with Bumpy on this one. All right, we got a good one now. We got the bad man Aaron Rodgers taking on Tom Brady and the Bucks. Who we going with? Packers, Bucks.
The Bucks. What are we talking about here? The Bucks is by. Hey, look. Don't be surprised if the Bucks win by 15 points, maybe more in this game. I'm talking about 31-14 type stuff. The Bucks defense is a little bit different, and the Packers defense is okay, but they not stop the Bucks okay.
No Mike Evans. Mike Evans is suspended.
Whoa. Don't say nothing. Let him go.
Hold up. They gonna be all right. You know why? Tom Brady ain't even had a good game yet. This will be the game he's good. And they ain't gonna need him because he's gonna be having everybody involved. Tom Brady goes off and makes the Packers look like they're not supposed to look. I got the Bucks 31-14.
Okay, so the Bucks struggled. The Bucks offense struggled against the Saints last week. They had to win. The Bucks offense struggled against the Saints last week.
That's the Saints.
I'm gonna repeat this again. They struggled against the Saints.
They're supposed to. They're supposed to.
Tom Brady only threw one touchdown, and then the pick six, of course, and then you had to settle for 2 field goals to win. Green Bay is looking pretty decent. Okay, without the Bucks, without potentially Julio Jones and Mike Evans, y'all can't afford that. I'm sorry. And Cole Beasley, not Cole Beasley. It's no. They just signed not Cole Beasley. Actually it was Cole Beasley. They just signed. Still not enough. I'm sorry. Bucks about to get killed. I got the Packers winning this game 35-10.
I mean, I know me and Bumpy got on like this Packer color yellow, but I'm with Bumpy, man. You crazy, Jasper. You sitting there saying no Mike Evans, no Julio Jones. Julio might play. The thing is right now, hold up, fix, man. Stop shaking your head and fix your face. Listen to what I got to say. You talking about the Bucks receivers. Who the Packers have to throw the ball to? Because if they can't run the football, they're in trouble. And I just like the Bucks defense a little bit more. Devin White and those boys, they'll get after Aaron Rodgers. I'm going with the Bucks. I'm with Bumpy on this one as well. Golly, me and Bumpy agree on everything. I guess it's the hat, the color of the hat is matching. All right. We got a good one now. Rams versus Cardinals. Where are we going with this one?
Go ahead, franchise.
Rams winning this game. It's going to be a close division battle. I got the Rams winning this game 28-23.
I kind of got the Rams in this one too, man. I think the Rams really, really need this, you know what I'm saying, win. They need to get back on their, Super Bowl run and get their stigma back. And the Cardinals are the perfect team to do it because the Cardinals, they're a pretty good team, and they're one of them teams that can beat the Rams. So I think this game can show us where the Rams really stand with themselves. They can judge themselves of how they play this game because that's a big division game for them. So I think they need to show what they really about and win this game kind of clear. Don't think it'll happen that way, but they need to. But I would say 28-17 Rams.
Yeah, I think Connor being banged up, no Hopkins. I gotta go with the Rams. I feel like they found their mojo a little bit in this past game. Their confidence is back up. I'm going with the Rams. Okay, let's get to the 49ers versus the Broncos.
With Jimmy G?
Ooh.
Hey, it might be a little different for the Broncos. The Broncos should have hoped they had Trey Lance, you know what I'm saying, had somebody learning. Because Jimmy G coming in first game, they get their little bit of their little, they got their little chemistry in there. I think Jimmy G might come in and take this battle for the Broncos, man. I hope not. I kind of want the Broncos to win this because I don't like Frisco more than I don't like the Broncos. But I'm going to say Frisco's going to take this with Jimmy G, man. I think Jimmy G is like upset he's been put on the bench. He wants to get his starting spot back and make the team feel comfortable like I'm here. Let's make this run. So I got Jimmy G and them taking it. I would say the score is probably going to be, 24-14.
I don't believe in San Francisco's offense. San Francisco's defense versus the Broncos. I personally think Russell Wilson is going to torch that defense. I really do. I really do. I'm not
Oh,
sold on second defense. I'm really not. I'm gonna go with Denver. I gotta go with Denver on this one. I also think Denver's running game is gonna take a major toll on San Francisco's front seven. I'm gonna go with Denver. Close game, 21-17.
okay, I'm going with the Niners as well. I think that Jimmy G being back, man. The one thing about them, they know Russell Wilson. There ain't nothing that Russell Wilson's gonna bring to the table that's gonna surprise them. They play Russell Wilson every year. They're not surprised by it. Jerry Judy's nicked up. Sutton is cool, but I mean, the last time they played Russell Wilson, they had DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. So we're not gonna, they're not gonna be afraid of Sutton. So I think that overall, I'm going with the Niners. I think they figured out and find a way to get this dub. So I'm going with the San Francisco 49ers in this one with Jimmy G. All right, we're going to the Monday night game. I'm coming back around for the game of the week with the Monday night game. We got Jasper's New York Football Giants taking on Buffy's Dallas Cowboys. Who we going with, baby?
Giants take their first L this week, baby. Yeah, it's coming, y'all. Cooper Rush train. The Coop train is coming, baby. New York, wake up, Nick. It's different now. This ain't Dak. Y'all don't know what Cooper gonna do. I'll see you soon, my brother. I'll see you soon.
Uh-oh. Now we about to see how much you believe in them boys you just hyped up. Let's go, Jay.
Did y'all hear all the nerves out of his voice?
Nervous.
Was
Hold up. You talking to what? Nervousness? We just beat Cincinnati. We ain't worried about nothing, my brother. Go ahead.
Upset special. Giants beat the Dallas Cowboys.
It's not an upset. It's an upset if we beat y'all.
It's an upset. It's an upset. You're gonna be upset.
We looking all uphill, my brother. We just looking uphill, dog. Y'all looking down. I'm telling y'all.
You're gonna be looking down like this. But anyway, Giants beat the Dallas Cowboys. Very, very good game. I can see this being very competitive. 24-23. Got the Giants.
Oh no, I'm going with the Cowboys. You know, I'm not a Cowboys
Let's go,
fan,
Ed.
but I think Michael Parsons takes over this game. I think Diggs may get Daniel Jones. Don't start with that Danny Dime stuff to me. Diggs may get him a couple of times. I think the Cowboys are gonna win this game, and I'm not capping either. I really believe that the Cowboys are gonna be okay. That's a big win they just got against the Cincinnati Bengals. I think they're gonna be all right in this game. They're gonna beat the New York Giants. All right, game of the week, guys. The 2-0 juggernaut so far. We got the Buffalo Bills taking on the Miami Dolphins. Who we going with?
Hey, man, look. I'm telling y'all.
Bumpy, be smart.
I love this game, man. This game right here. This is the game, dog. Like, I think, look, the fact that Miami did that with Baltimore just recently, that's going to help them a lot in a game like this because it's going to be like that from the gate. Josh Allen coming out trying to go straight down the field every single time. Tua got to keep up. Tua has to keep up with this man. And Buffalo is a little more elite in all areas, dog. They just are. Tyreek Hill, Waddle, they good out there, but they got receivers just as good and better, dog. So it's like, I think Buffalo is going to kind of big brother and like, hey, look, y'all good, but look, we're going to show y'all. We're going to take this game. We're going to let y'all get y'all's off. It's going to be a pretty good game. But we're going to big brother y'all because we got a bigger team with a bigger mission. And y'all just getting started. We've been here. Let me tell y'all, I got the Buffalo Bills 27, and I got Miami 21.
Uh-oh.
I think they win by 2 field goals, man.
I think Buffalo's about to blow them dudes out because
wow.
I think Buffalo blows out Miami 42-10.
What?
I
You think Miami scores 10 points?
I'm gonna tell y'all why.
Damn.
Buffalo's gonna expose the one thing that nobody is exposed. Tua can't handle pressure. And Von Miller's about to turn up and give him a whole bunch of it. I understand that they added the Saints old left tackle and Teron Armstead, but remember, the left tackle is only good when you got a right-handed quarterback. And the last time I checked, Tua is left-handed, and all it takes is for Von Miller to step up on that right side and go in and tattoo Tua a couple good times. I personally think they're going to expose Miami for who and what they are. And playoff caliber teams with a playoff caliber coach, Mike McDaniels has been doing a great job, but it's not good enough to knock off these Buffalo Bills. 42-10. This is going to be over by halftime.
Wow, that you talking greasy right now.
Mighty.
I will say this. So I want to pull up the stats from last year to kind of see, but there was no Tyreek Hill. Last year, Buffalo beat them 35-0 in one game, and then 26-11 in the next game. And I'll say this, man, Buffalo's a team on a mission. As much as I think I like what the Dolphins have done, I got to go with Buffalo in this one. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I don't think it's going to be as close as Bumpy thinks it's going to be, but I think it's going to be pretty easily done. I'm going to say 38-24, a 14-point win. But the Dolphins will score some points. We're not going to be disrespectful.
Bro, Buffalo ain't giving up 14 points to anybody.
All right. Hey, I hear you. Tyreek Hill is different. Last time we saw Tyreek Hill versus the Buffalo Bills, remember 13 seconds? 13 seconds and eliminated the Buffalo Bills. So I'm just saying, we have to remember, man, Tyreek Hill is different. Jalen Waddle on the other side, Gesicki, that's nasty. And Tua is accurate. So I think they're going to score some points. But in the end, I think Buffalo shows that they're just a little too much for the Dolphins. But I'm going Buffalo. Well, guys, we kind of went a little over the time, so we're going to wrap up the show tonight.
Thank you.
Later.
I got a whole nother show to do, you know what I'm saying, right now.
But we'll get to college probably, hopefully, maybe tomorrow night. We'll see. But let's get to these shout-outs, y'all.
Hey, man, shout out to both of y'all, man. That was a good show. Very interesting from beginning to end. You know what I'm saying? We heard franchising this wild-ass picks that ain't going to happen and wild-ass scores. You know, we heard all that stuff, franchise, but you just two-way out. You picking some bullshit. We watching you over here, player. Hey, X, shout out to you tonight, man. It's like you had your head on your shoulders today. You know what I'm saying? You had your head on your shoulders today. I see you out here, player. Keep going. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all. Let's go.
Go ahead, franchise.
Make sure you tune in next week, because when my predictions come true, I'm coming on this show, and I want Bumpy to acknowledge, to like Roman Reigns says, acknowledge me. I want Truex the Sports Junkie to acknowledge me. Whenever I say, it's gonna happen, and that's per the franchise. Shout out to everybody in the military. Shout out to everybody overseas. Shout out to everybody, shout out to our first responders. Yo, shout out to all the family and friends out there, watching the show, man. Big ups to y'all. Keo, hey, man, we miss you on the show. You should come on after you get your Wi-Fi taken care of. Mike Larson, you know what I'm saying? Hey, come on for presence. Yvonne, all of you guys, man. Marlon, every last one of y'all, man. Hey, man, come bless the Nbs Central show, man. You already know what time it is, man. But with that being said, it's your boy, Mr. Franchise, signing off.
Man, hold on. I'm looking for something. I can't find the cup, but we're going to drug test Jasper after the show. I still can't believe you had the Giants in your top 5. That is, bruh, oh my God. What? A top 5 team? You think they're better than Tom Brady and the Bucks? Something's wrong with you, man. You're not right. Something's not right with you, man. We're going to find out a lot. But shout out to the chat, man. From Smoke to Mike to Wes to everybody that comes through in the chat, man. We definitely appreciate y'all. Share the broadcast. We definitely appreciate it. Appreciate these two gentlemen. It's not easy going up against me week in and week out. I beat them down week in and week out. And they have to just take it. With that being said, man, holla at your boy.
Come to Bumpy Bars channel. We about to go live, y'all.
It's all good. We out, baby. Peace.